Okay guys, I get a better light here. So I've already taken over the breakfast table. Now I'm gonna take over the dining room table. So the purpose of this video is some of the lights, okay, like the city light, parking light, or the side marker light. Those are fairly easy, and maybe the high beam is not too bad, but once you get in here, the low beam light, that's starting to get a little bit tricky, okay? And then even here, this is a turn signal. It can be a little bit tricky because of I have the headlight removed, but when you're doing this, you're coming down from limited space to work on it. So maybe that's not as bad. So what I wanted to do was particularly this HID low beam light here. The actual steps are straightforward, but you know, you got to get things put back in a precise location for it to actually, you know, lock in. So I wanted to capture more detailed video to help you guys, because when you guys are doing this with the headlight installed, you got very limited room coming down here, and you're kind of working on this blindly just by the feel of the hands. So I figure if you get a really good detailed video, it will actually help you to do this. So for your low beam headlight, you're gonna have this ballast connector here. And if you read here real carefully, lock points this way. So to unlock it, you're gonna twist it this way, probably quarter turn or a little bit less than a quarter turn, and it will pop this out, okay? So push that aside. Oops, okay, that's fine. And then you see these two kind of a spring clips. The objective is you gotta push down and you gotta push in and then push downward on this one. This one you wanna push in and push upwards. So you're gonna kind of push in and then squeeze, okay? And there's the openings here and here. So you want to push down and squeeze it to get it to about this point, and then that'll loosen this. You don't have to take off this screw. I'm gonna push in, okay, and then push down. I pushed in and then pushed it to the left, and you can see the light bulb already getting loose on the top side. So this one I'm gonna push in, and then you see I'm kind of pushing and lifting it upward motion here. Okay, opposite of the other. Oh, it didn't come out all the way. Okay, now, okay, then you can pull out this light bulb here. Let me see. This one says Philips, German. I don't see particular. It says a 35 watt. Let me see what else. D4S. So it's a D4S type, 35 watt. This light bulb is fine, so I'm gonna just put it back in. You see these notches? One is round shape, one's kind of square. So if you look in here, there's a notch right there. Let me zoom in a bit. You see this thing is sticking out? It's all round shape, and then this thing is sticking out right there. Okay. And if you look at the, let me zoom back out. if you look at the headlight here, there's one notch here, right? So this notch is gotta line up to that one, to that slot right there, like that. The problem is it's gonna be, I'm at the, I have the advantage because I have the headlight removed and I can see everything. But if you're doing this with the headlight installed, this can be a little bit tricky. Okay, you notice I had to move this clip out of the way a little bit. It was catching it for it to slide in. I can see that it's in now. So now to put it back, so this is what's gonna hold the light bulb in place really securely. So hold on 1 second. So I'm gonna go down, okay, go down this way. I'm gonna hook it around and make it go up. Okay, you see that? Came down here, pushed it down through this edge, and then I lifted it up. And then this one, you know, does the same thing except in the opposite direction. So I'm gonna lift it up first, and then push it down. Up, looks like it just kind of hooked it by itself. Yeah, so if you look there, you see the bottom one, it's not in all the way. Okay, it's hard to get a good angle, but the top one, that's in all the way. Okay, so I gotta work on the bottom. All right, so I really want to get a good video of this because it's very difficult to get a clear shot with the headlight installed. And it seems easy, but once the headlight is installed, it is very tricky to pull this out and get it back in the right slot, okay? So now the bottom, this part here is in correctly. Before it didn't want to go down all the way, so what I did was I loosened this and hooked this one first, then I came back around and hooked this one, okay? So make sure it's secure. Don't just slap it in there. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna do this after it's actually installed back in there. I would hate to remove the bumper every time, so I'm trying to capture as much detail as I can. So it was very easy to take it out. All I had to do was, like I said, a little bit less than a quarter turn counterclockwise, and then it just kind of popped itself out. When I try to put it back in, this thing is getting in the way. Looks like it's a spring. It looks like it may be helping to lock the, you know, this ballast connector head in there. So if you just try to put it in, it won't go in because this thing is sticking out. So we have to get this pressed in. Remember? There's this thing sticking out, and then you got there's a male end of it, and you got the female end over there. Okay, so objective is to get that snapped in. So if you look, there's a notch here, and there's another notch just exactly opposite on the other side. And I'm trying to study here. Looks like there's a notch here, here, and here, and here. Okay, so it looks like you got to get those notches matched up. And if you look at this, look closely. So you would have to enter in through this notch, and then when you spin it clockwise, it will latch into this slot here. So objective is to get it in through here and slide it right here. So if you just try to jam it in any way possible, it's not gonna go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark where this notch is right here. Okay, on this side, and here. So I'm trying to hold down this thing here. Okay, I'm trying to hold that down to let this slide in there while trying to not line up this the black line I put. That's where it's gonna match up to the slot, the notch. So looks like it's gonna have to go in about this angle here. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be, you know, if you think of this side as being the head, it's gonna be about 9 o'clock position is how it's gonna go back in. You know, guys, even knowing all that stuff, this is not easily going back in. Okay, again, it's getting caught. It's getting caught here at the bottom with this okay, so it's this thing here is catching the side here, and it won't let it go in. So I'm gonna have to kind of start a little bit higher and then press that in. Damn, guys, if it's this hard with the headlight removed. Okay, so I got it past that little springy thing. Okay, so now it's in there. So now I gotta turn it. Okay, you saw me. I'm not gonna do this again because that's hard to repeat. Okay, so once it's in there, looks like it only turns about a 1/8. So now I'm at about a 10:30 position. Okay, so if you think of this here being the top, it was about a 9 o'clock position is where the two slots would match up, and then you would just turn to about 10:30 position, and then it's locked. Okay, that's in there pretty securely. So again, let me just get a really close shot at the part that's gonna be difficult. You see that right there? You see this thing right there? Okay, so normally right now it's kind of pressed in, but that is gonna get in the way of getting this connector in there. So you have to start with the connector a little bit up and then push that down, okay? Push that down before it will go in. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be very difficult to do with the headlight installed. But anyway, hopefully with a close-up view like this, you'll have a better chance. Okay, now for your high beam, it looks like this. Note the position. The connector opening portion points down. So to open, you're not gonna see this when it's actually installed. See off, an arrow pointing counter clockwise. So pretty much all the light bulbs that are on here, you gotta turn it counterclockwise to get it loosened. Okay, like that. And if you notice, there's 3 slots here, and this is the only position that this will go in, and this is the only position that it will come out. Okay, I intentionally try to put it other way, and they don't line up. Okay, so this right here looks like you have to replace the whole thing. I try to look up the replacement part, and they don't just sell the bulb. This one is the Sylvania 9005. They come like this. Actually, after I took out the bulb I'm seeing some sign of the light bulb going out, but I see some brown, like a powder buildup or something. Right now it's working, so, and I don't have the replacement light, so I'm gonna just put this back in, but this doesn't look good. So to put it back, you gotta go at it, you know, about 45 degrees angle this way. That's the only way these 3 notches will fit into the 3 slots. And once it's in there, then you rotate. You have to kind of press inward while turning, okay? And you should hear a little bit of soft click. And when you have it pointing down, the connector opening, then you know you got it installed correctly. For your turn signal light, it shares the same space as the low beam light. So you're gonna turn this counterclockwise. Once that's off, you see that hole. That's where the parking light, I'm sorry, the turning light is. And I thought it was gonna be a small bulb. This is actually bigger than I thought. So in there, it was connected with this. You could probably turn it counterclockwise with this cable in there, but there's very little room. So it might be easier if you squeeze this and pull this out, then you can actually get at it a little bit more easily. And it's gonna be in there like this. So you wanna basically turn it. You wanna turn it this way. And it takes, I think it took about a quarter turn, and then it came out. Okay, but it's in there pretty tight. I had to really use my finger power to turn it. So if you notice, there's all these notches. So it's got to line up, and I'm pretty sure I turned about a quarter turn, maybe less than a quarter turn. Okay, you heard the snap. So it wasn't actually a quarter turn, it was almost a 1/8 turn. Let me do that again. Because once this is in the car, you're not gonna get a view down here. So you see this right here, that's at about what? Approximately about 10 o'clock position. Remember, when it's installed, it's gonna be vertical like this, okay? So you wanna go at it about like this, about 10 o'clock, maybe almost 45 degrees turn, okay? Because, you know, when you're standing outside, you can't get a clear view down here, so you gotta get that line up about 45 degrees, and then it will fit. And then once it's installed, you should hear the click, and this should be vertical. And then this will go in there. This is why I'm taking a video with the car headlight taken out. It's nearly impossible to get a video shot at this once the headlight is installed. This is your side marker light, and if you look here, you got 4 notches that stick out. So all you have to do is just line them up, and if you notice here, they're on a kind of a 45 degree angle. So if you get it aligned that way, okay, and then just twist, okay? So that's, you're gonna go counterclockwise to take it out, and then go clockwise to put it back in. That's the side marker. but it's identical for the parking light here. Okay, and it's the same bulb that goes on both the parking light and the side marker. I have a separate video on city light or parking light bulb change, so you can go check that out. All right, I was gonna actually finish at the headlight, but you know, just to make things complete, remember, this is the inside of the bumper that I took out. Okay, remember, you got the 1, 2, 3, 4 parking sensors there. So looks like if you have to work on a parking sensor, you definitely have to remove the bumper, but looks like they're just clipped on there, so it's not a big work to swap those out. But anyway, for this video, the focus is on the all the lights, at least on the front, and I'll repeat this for the back side for all the lights on the back. But for now, so this is your fog light, okay? And actually, I'm just looking at it for the first time. Obviously, this is disconnected here, and there's a tab here that you want to push down and just pull down to unplug, okay? And I'm just looking at this for the first time. Like all the other lights, it probably turns counterclockwise. I can see the gaps there. So, yeah, so you turn this way like that, and then, yeah, it comes out. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. So it looks like, I think this is similar as the other light. You have to buy the whole thing. You don't just swap out the bulb. Let me see, what does it say? If I can get a focus here. Okay, so this is a 9006, 12 volt, 55 watt. Okay, I think that's the part number there, 4500946. Okay, so to put it back, remember the objective is to get this connector pointing down to the 6 o'clock position. Okay, so you're gonna get this pushed in and rotate like that. Okay, and then just connect here. So of course, I'm doing this with the bumper removed. I don't know what the accessibility will be, but I think you can, once you remove the splash guards, I think it's probably accessible from the bottom. So this one, of all the lights, this one seems to be fairly easy. So hopefully all the detailed video recording will help you guys. I know that will help me. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.